Welcome to our channel, where we bring you spine-tingling tales of horror. Today's video is not for the faint-hearted, as we take you on a journey of terror that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the supernatural. So, buckle up, because you're in for a wild ride.
It was a dark and stormy night, and I was alone in my old, creaky house. As I was sitting in my living room, I heard a faint noise coming from the basement. As I descended the stairs, I felt a chill run down my spine. The atmosphere was thick with dread, and I could feel a presence watching me. Suddenly, I heard a whisper, and I knew I wasn't alone. But when I turned around, there was no one there. What I saw next made my blood run cold. A figure emerged from the darkness, and I could feel its malevolent gaze on me. It was unlike anything I had ever seen before, and I knew I was in deep trouble. I had to run, but the figure was always one step ahead of me. As I made my way back up the stairs, I could hear the figure getting closer and closer. I locked the door, but it was no use. The figure was outside, and it was coming for me. I tried to find a way out, but the house seemed to be closing in on me. And then, the power went out. In the darkness, I could hear the figure moving closer, its breathing getting louder and more erratic. I could feel its icy breath on the back of my neck, and I knew that my time was up. But just as I was about to give up hope, I saw a glimmer of light in the distance. It was my only chance, and I had to take it. I ran towards the light, not knowing what I would find on the other side. The figure was right behind me, and I could hear its footsteps getting louder and more frantic. And then, just as I thought all was lost, I burst through the door and into the sunlight. I looked back, but the figure was nowhere to be seen. As I caught my breath, I realized I was in an unfamiliar place. It was an old graveyard, and the headstones looked like they had been there for centuries. I knew I had to get out of there before it was too late, but the figure was still out there somewhere. As I made my way through the graveyard, I could hear something moving in the shadows. It was following me, and I knew that if I didn't act fast, it would catch me. Suddenly, I tripped and fell, and as I looked up, I saw the figure looming over me. But just as it was about to strike, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I turned around and saw a figure standing behind me, holding a glowing amulet. The figure spoke in a language I didn't understand, and as it did, the figure attacking me began to fade away. The figure then turned to me and explained that the amulet had the power to ward off evil spirits, and that I was lucky to have stumbled upon it. It turned out that the figure was a priest who had been keeping watch over the graveyard, waiting for someone to come along who needed his help. As he escorted me out of the graveyard, I couldn't help but wonder how close I had come to becoming just another victim of the supernatural. From that day on, I knew that I would never forget the horror I had experienced, and I would always be grateful to the mysterious figure who had saved my life.
And that concludes our tale of horror for today. We hope that you enjoyed it, and that it left you feeling suitably spooked. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, as we have many more bone-chilling stories to come. Until next time, stay safe, and keep a watchful eye out for things that go bump in the night.